Hello, 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 my friends. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever part of the day it is for you. It is Thursday. And it's a late start to our stream, but like I had said yesterday, I had to do some singing today, and my gosh, was it tiring singing, so my voice is pretty raw. So it's actually got kind of chilly in Dallas this just overnight, so I'm wearing my Snuggie because I'm cold. And I was considering not streaming today, but I thought we could at least do a little short Dyson Sphere stream, get a little bit of stuff done, because it's always fun to spend a little time in this game. Looks like we've got a couple random follows over the last couple hours. That's kind of cool. Always weird when you get offline follows, but I guess maybe folks from YouTube or something. But we are playing Dyson Sphere, so I'm gonna kind of just jump right in. Like I mentioned, I'm kind of exhausted from singing, so if I'm a little more low-key today, of course I usually am when I play Dyson Sphere anyway, but we're gonna jump into the game. I was trying to think what I could work on, since I'm only gonna be streaming like maybe 2 or 3 hours at most. I'm trying to think what stuff I could work on. I did actually leave the game running for an hour or two after Tuesday, the last Dyson Sphere stream, and our Dyson Sphere is getting closer to being done. There are a lot of excess solar sails but this is getting close. This is actually getting very close to being done. We almost have a completed sphere. Our barrel has almost finished sphere completion. Now, as I look at this, let's give this kind of an idea with these like hexagon little patterns. Kind of the pattern that our new guy is going to have with the little pieces we'll be throwing in. I unplugged this. I think there's still a lot of these solar sails in. Yeah, there's still a lot of solar sails in here, so I think I can probably leave that unplugged, but I probably shouldn't, honestly. I probably should just let this thing go, because if I let this thing go, it will probably finish over time. It'll just have a lot of extra, these gold ones here, because it looks like a lot of these are still getting in orbit here. I'm gonna just let it be wasteful. I'm just gonna let this be wasteful. What I thought I'd work on today is actually, since we've been working on our new Dysons, what have I been calling it? The Dyson, Dyson GyroSphere. I wonder why these guys haven't been charging. Do we not have extra power? Power for the local planet. Looks like our power is being completed or is being filled by our Dyson Sphere. I wonder if that's why it's not charging these. It's so strange to me that these aren't charging. Generation, consummation, charge and discharge. It almost seems like maybe we are consuming most of our power or something. I know, this used to be going faster, so I'm not exactly sure why these aren't charging these things. I guess it means maybe we're using up a lot of the power that we weren't using previously, possibly. But we queued up a lot of our research last time. I think that's almost all the research is not white research, so I was thinking we would kind of plan on start maybe putting together the logistics system for the new area that we're going to be building around. The Vildier. I feel like there was one other item that I wasn't able to get to. One resource that I wasn't able to find in the local vicinity, so I'm probably going to have to set up a separate logistics station to request that, I'm thinking. But let's head back home, because I know I'm missing some stuff before I want to go back over to Vildier. Thought today probably what I'd spend some time on is starting to plan out the builds for creating the stuff we're going to want to create. Basically, the main things I'm going to want to create are just solar sails and the whatchamacallits, the actual ships that get launched. So let me see what items we are kind of missing here. Miners, power lines. Let's go up to our pole item distribution thing. So power poles we need. Power poles. I know we'll need some stuff from there. Let's just kind of go down the list of things we need. I keep talking about wanting to automate this. The wireless power towers. Just give us a longer range. Okay, wow, I got a lot more planetary logistics systems than I meant to get. Okay, we'll clear out some of that before I do this. So, local supply. Do this. And let me throw all of these in here, because I definitely don't need that many. I could probably take like 40 or so. Yeah. Something like that. We just don't need quite so many as we had. Interstellar, how many do we have? Only have 2. I definitely need more of these. Get like close to 20 of those guys. Okay, and then local demand there now to fix that. Okay, orbital collectors, wouldn't be bad to maybe get a couple of these guys. Okay, well that's more than I meant to get, that's fine. Okay. And we needed the power poles. I need like 200 power poles. Hey, what's up, Pibo? How are you doing, sir? Did you recover from our, well, from whatever you were working on with your, with Chateau de Pie Boy last night? Alright, so we get some of those. I might need some extra solar panels to take a few of these guys. Okay. Alright, and belts. Yeah, we need lots of belts. Stone. I'm just going to delete stone, delete some of these small random things that we don't need. I want to delete deuterium. Okay, so belts. So I need lots of tier 2 belts. I go through these guys like crazy. Got a few more. Roof is finally done. Now you can do the more interesting and practical stuff. Good to hear. You, apparently you and roofs don't get along very well, huh? Okay, so there's that. Okay, so pretty good amount of insorters. Let's see here. Smelters, assembly machines. Most other stuff we're looking pretty good. Do I have any, did I ever automate the liquid containers? I don't think I actually did. Don't think I did. I have to get a couple more of these guys going. Stations we have, and these guys we always need plenty of. Okay, that's all good. How's my fuel doing? Got plenty of this. Could use more of this antimatter fuel rod if I want, but we probably should just go through our Deuteron fuel rods. How's this stuff going? It's good. I only have a couple hours to play today, so I was actually debating if I played Dyson Sphere today because I just didn't know how much I could get done. But I thought, since we have a new Dyson project to work on and our new system, I could go just continue getting the infrastructure together for that, to get ready for all that. So you can see our original Dyson Sphere is actually getting pretty darn close to being done. There are only small sections that still need to be put together. So we're probably, what, 80 to 90% done with this? So I'm just going to kind of let that run in the next couple hours it'll probably finish itself. It might finish by the time I get done streaming today, but where is Vildior? Vildior is the new area we've been working in, so let's head there. Head there. I hope there's no other pieces that I need that I didn't bring. I think I've got everything. Power stuff, yeah, I think so. We can request anything over there that we don't have. Okay. It's a pretty chill game, so good to get a little bit more done. Yeah, it's chill. It's chill, you can get a little bit done. I mean, the big project I'm working on is going to take a lot of work. What I might do is do some of the basic automation for prerequisites of the pieces I'm going to need for building our new Dyson GyroSphere. Need to get that couple of words to roll off the tongue. I'm not used to saying that. The Dyson GyroSphere. I had somebody on YouTube the other day give suggestions about some little ideas I can add to it. If Mosaic shows up today, I need to let Mosaic know I watched a video they linked of apparently on YouTube there's something called hexagons or the bestagons, about like hexagons being like nature's most perfect structure or something like that. It was a pretty interesting little 8-minute video. Might have to throw some hexagons into our design of our Dyson GyroSphere. Your sphere is done, Ramses? At least the first layer. You started adding new stuff to it. Nice. Your is yours kind of like mine, where I know you use the triangular pattern, but did you do a complete sphere, or did you do some kind of interesting pattern to go with it? All right, so we're gonna get to Vildior 1 is where we're going here. Distance on this to this place is actually pretty darn perfect. Get just enough fuel to get here. Did I pick up that 40k game, Mechanicus? I did pick that up. I don't know when I'm gonna play it, because I'm playing so many games and have a couple more I'm looking forward to, but I did pick it up. Oh, I didn't mean to warp. That was just a waste of a warper. It's fine. It's like you showed me with every second triangle open all around. Okay, cool. I was curious if that was the way we were going to do it. Design it. Yeah. Alright, so this is the only one that I'm bringing. Transport range of vessels infinite. So, the one item that I didn't get was optical grading crystals. I think it might have been. I think everything else... don't I have copper? I feel like these should be local. Oh, maybe it should be local demand. Remote supply. No, this is right. Remote demand. Demand. We were mining this here. I think this is the one thing we didn't. So I'm gonna actually clear this, and I'm gonna request that one here because I know I'm gonna have to get that from somewhere. But because I don't want it to be like ridiculous amounts, I won't be able to keep up. I'm gonna do this remote demand local supply, and I should get some. Yes, okay. So we'll be able to get that from other places. Okay, so I think we have all the raw materials except stone available on this planet. You decided to take a break from DSP, at least until they add blueprinting. Placing sorters until your wrist hurt isn't really your idea of a good time. Yeah, I can understand that. Blueprinting is a pretty important thing. I think this project that I've decided to start on will probably be the last major one that I do until there's more stuff to do in the game as well. But my plan is, end goal is getting a good amount of small carrier rockets and solar sails. I feel like I actually don't even need to make the solar sails here, except for what I need to make for the Dyson Sphere components. I kind of think I just want to have only small carrier rockets. and a supply that's going to be much bigger than we had back home, because we're going to need a lot of frames for this build right here. We're just going to need a lot of frames. So I think I want to figure out what the plan is for the infrastructure. Back at home, I think I had 2 of those going, so this is going to be kind of a long-term big thing to put together. Where is it? What am I looking for here? These guys. This is such a crazy big build just for a single one to make 10 a minute. I feel like I want to do something like 10 of these to make 100 a minute. Can I see 514 nodes? Every node requires what? 230. So that's a lot. Thought I was singing today? I was, and I did, and I'm exhausted. So it's going to be a short little stream. Mosaic. So this is a crazy amount of stuff if I want to try to do this. So what I'm trying to think of is how would I go about a project this large? Because a lot of these things, I mean, I wonder if I want to get a giant production line of every single one of the items before it. That might be what I need to do. Let me place down what my end goal is here. We're gonna need a lot, like a giant space, so. My end goal is 10 of these. 10 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that is our end goal, how do we go about starting a production line that leads up to this? Because each one of these are pretty complicated items that take... It's going to take a crap ton of stuff. So how do we break this into manageable pieces? How do we break this into manageable pieces? Because if you look at how much fire ice that's going to go through a minute and stuff, or enough hydrogen. I think one thing I should probably start by doing is getting a planetary logistics thing that is going to request these parts right here. So it's quantum chips. It is Dyson sphere components. And it is, what's the other one? Deuterium fuel, or whatever it's called. Deuteron fuel rods. So that is what these are going to request locally. So these are all going to be demand. And we'll do like 2,000 of each. These are the 3 prerequisites we need to build towards to supply this guy. And we're going to do Mark III belts for all 3 of these items. So 1, 2, 3. If you make an interplanetary one, you can also use it to ship it out. I'm purposely using planetary because I have to deal with the range all these items are available on my other planet, and I don't want them being brought from that storage. I want to have this be local. There's a reason I'm doing this. I might make the interplanetary, I might make the output of this be interplanetary, but I'm purposefully doing this local so that I can control the flow of these items. These 3 items I want to make here so I'm not having to pull these things from 25 light years away or whatever it is. And I kind of want to do this in small pieces to figure out how I want to do this. I can locally demand in the interplanetary and not remote. Yeah, I know. I'm doing it this way on purpose. I'm gonna set up these items elsewhere. The amount of deuterium, hydrogen, fire ice. It's gonna be a big amount. How much fire ice is in this system? Does it tell me? 8.3 million, and we're getting it from our this guy. I probably need to be mining every bit of fire ice from this planet that I can. Saves me second tower. I don't care about numbers of towers right now. I'm purposefully focusing this in little sections to keep it simple stupid right now. So I think the first thing I'm going to set up is fire ice and hydrogen, because that's going to lead me into the deuterium. I think that's the first little piece I'm going to do here. So I'm already requesting the fire ice, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. We have a lot here, but I want to make sure that the rate that we're gathering it is about as high as I can get it in this system. I purposely brought... Well, I actually said I didn't want the orbital collectors, but now I'm glad I got the orbital collectors so I can get even more fire ice from over here. And you're right, it's probably more efficient to use an interplanetary tower there, but again, that planet is my home base. I want to be very particular about how I'm moving resources to and from that planet. So I'm purposely... I want to see if I can keep my interplanetary logistics stations actually all in one place, so it's a little easier to access. Because I have them kind of all over the place in some of my other planets. If I keep them all around the pole on that place, I feel like I'll be able to keep things a little more organized. I'm trying to be more organized with this build. A little more organized and plan things better, you know? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up... How many of them do I have? I have 15 more orbital collectors. Because we know... I know I'm just going to need just a frickin' metric F-ton of orbital collectors I'm going to need. Need so much hydrogen late game, it's kind of weird that there's not a better way to get what you need. Orbital collectors are a great idea. Well, I probably should put as many on this planet as I can. Let's see here. Let's see where the other ones are so I can... Yeah, here. Okay, good. I can just keep lining them up here. So I think you can only place these on the poles. So I'm pretty sure there's a limited number I can do here, right? Yeah, it can only be... not the poles, the opposite of that. It can only be built at the equator. So there is... To limit the player's amount of just free hydrogen and deuterium, I guess, they have it set up that you have to put it. Like, there's going to be a limit to how many you can get. Because these materials are basically free. You don't even have to set up the logistics ships for these. And this is going to give me fire ice and hydrogen, which we're going to need a crap ton of both. So just going to place all of these that I brought. There. Crap. My bots are outrunning my bots, I think. So many upgrades on my robots, and they're still so slow. But I guess it's really far for on a giant gas giant like this. 16, you never count them, but they need 2 big squares between. What? I'm gonna have so much hydrogen. I'm gonna need so much hydrogen, from what I can tell. $16 question mark never counted, but they need 2 big squares in between. You talking about how much space between these guys? Yeah. Okay. Wow, I really outran my robots there. They're not keeping up with me. Keep up, robots! Constructobots. But yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of hydrogen and fire ice. So if you look at these numbers, 17,600 fire ice a minute, 8,800 hydrogen a minute. It's a lot. So okay. So now I want to go mine as much fire ice from Vildier 6. Which one's got the fire ice on it? It's Kimberlite ore. I think it's the blue one. Vildier 5. I want to set up mining on every single fire ice patch on this planet. So we basically have access to all the fire ice available in this solar system, I guess. Okay, so fire ice. I know I've gotten some of them set up. Let me see which veins I haven't gotten access to, if I haven't got all of them. There's 2 fire ice patches. There's one. I think that might be the rest of it, because there's 8 million. Those other 2 are about 6 million, I think. So I think it's just that one. Iron, silicon. Okay, it looks like it is just this one. Okay. Which is on the other side of the planet. Boom, boom, boom. Iron. That was stone, right? No, that is the fire ice. Okay. So I need to figure out if I am placing another orbital station here. I probably do want to connect to the power that I've already set up on this planet, so it's all consolidated. And these are all the miners I need, but I'm going to do extra, so I just get it at a faster rate. Okay. Alright, I need to figure out where my power is. It's over there. Okay, so I'm going to head to that way to connect to power. I'm not going to worry about being super efficient with these. Always request more. This is what... Okay, I got to do a little better than that. It's where the longer... the long-range poles would definitely be useful for things like this. Okay. So do I do just another big long belt to bring it here? Or do I do another one of these guys completely? So I don't want this to be infinite transport range. I want this to only be able to supply to my local area. So we're gonna do 12 light years on this guy. Although I think this guy's not even delivering, so that doesn't matter. But I'm gonna set that up anyway. And because I don't want to use a big long giant belt, I will just set up another one of those guys here. How is that not powered? Did I miss a belt? Right there. There we go. And everything's not running. Total generation consumption. Is this what... It's hard for me to know if that's everything plugged in. I want to know if everything's not running, so I don't know if I need to set up more power here. I probably do need to set up more power. It's solar is good on this place, so I'm going to add a little extra solar panels down here. Do this, and we'll even set a couple more wind turbines up just to make sure that we hopefully have plenty of power for what we're doing here. Okay, and then transportation, interstellar. Don't plug this guy in. And you're just going to be more fire ice. Fire ice. Remote local, yeah, local supply, local storage, remote supply, that's good. And again, 12 light years here, just to make sure. All right, and then mark 2 belts. To there, to there. There to there, there. There, and then Mark 3 going into here. Or whatever random fire ice I just got in here. Okay. Power as this all turns on. Okay, should be good. All right, so we have a lot of fire ice available in this system now. Actually, I feel like I need to upgrade that and that to make sure that is all not backed up by slow belts. Okay, so I'm going to start this crazy build. This is kind of our end game goal right here. 10 of the small carrier rocket makers, which will give us 100 a minute. And we're going to start with the hydrogen we're going to need. So we have hydrogen. Fire ice turns into something else though too, right? What else does fire ice turn into? What's the build? It's the main thing that we want to turn fire ice into. It's a chem plant, I think, isn't it? Okay, so it's graphene. Okay. Yeah, because we're going to need graphene. 27.5. Does this have the right recipe on it? Graphene. Probably not the right recipe. What did I say my target a minute was? 100 a minute. Making 10... Basically, I want to make 10 small carrier rockets makers a minute. That's kind of my goal, which I know is a lot, but this build that we're doing is huge. It's going to take way more frames than it's going to take the solar sails. So that's I want to plan for a big, large build for that. Which I wonder how many launch pads I would even need for that. Where's build year 1? I wonder how many rockets per minute that many launch pads would take. I don't know the math on how fast those shoot. So, I mean, do I have one in my inventory that I can look? Does it tell me? I think I have one in my inventory, don't I? It does 5 a minute. Okay. $5 a minute. So if I'm creating 100 a minute, I would need 20 vertical launch silos. I feel like that's an achievable goal. It's a big number, but I feel like that's achievable. I'm going to be able to take the other 5 from my other planet, so I'm going to make another 15 of these guys. I didn't just pass build here one, did I? No, it's over here. Well, that's why I assumed you were asking. Yeah, so 5 a minute. So if I'm going to make 100 a minute, I'm going to need 20 launch silos. So that's kind of my goal. I might need to do more solar sails, but solar sails are far outnumbering my the frames in my previous build, so I have a feeling I'm going to be able to import my solar sails and have plenty. And if I need to do more, that'll be fine. But that's kind of the big long range goal of this build. Okay. You like the big goal? Well, we'll see. We'll see if I can stick with it. Let me go build this in similar areas. Let me go see where I set this up. So this is where I set up the 10 of these guys, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the big challenge is going to be breaking this into manageable pieces. And it's kind of tough because these recipes are not all the recipes that I want to use. Like we're using this recipe, not the other one. We're not even using an organic crystals recipe, so plastic and stuff isn't applicable. We're using this recipe. We're using this recipe. Okay. Does that change anything here? 27.5 chemical plants for graphene, but that's telling me to use energetic graphite. So I guess the better way to do this is to break this up into pieces. Let me actually get up a second Dyson sphere calculator here. So if I want to do, was this 8 and 3? So that's was it 1100 a minute? 1100 a minute of graphene. 1100 a minute of graphene using not this recipe. How do I change this recipe? Maybe I don't need to change this recipe. Maybe it's still just 27.5 if it's done at the same speed as the other one. Let me check this. Is it the same speed between these two? 2 graphene. It's actually faster. This recipe's faster than this one. Although I think if Vancho was here, he'd tell me it's a 1.5 thing. So I got to do math to figure out the exact number of these I need to do. Because this is 27.5 to make 1100 a minute with the wrong recipe. Gosh, 1.5. So I actually think this might be right because the old recipe is slower. 2 times 1.5 is 3, right? So I think 1.5 times 2 is actually going to be right. So if I do this recipe, I think the exact 28 chemical plants that I have might actually be correct. So, all right, I'm going to need this much graphene, and it's going to be used in what recipes? It's going to be used for solar sails, and I think the crystals. So I need to do different... let me go to the other side of the equator to start these other pieces of it. So, 27.5 chemical plants. I sure wonder if I'm going to have enough power for all this stuff. Alright, so I'm going to do all 28 of the things I have here, and this is for graphene. The advanced graphene one. Alright, I wonder how many items, how much fire ice a minute is that going to be? I can't tell because this doesn't tell me. The recipe is... one every 2 seconds. So I think one Mark III belt can supply all 28 of these. I think. Maybe? Well, let's get it set up. So 28. So we'll do 2 sides of 14 here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3. Glad I automated the chemical plants. I'm going to have to request more of these after this build for other stuff. With how big this build is going to be, this is going to be multiple streams just to get all the pieces put together, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so this is going to be requesting fire ice. Yeah. How's the old sphere looking? The original one back home is getting close to being done. It's like 80 to 90% done. It might be done by the end of today's stream. So it's looking good. There's going to be fire ice, local demand, and we're going to be turning it into graphene supply. So there. And I believe a Mark III belt will be able to supply all these. I'm thinking I maybe should do 2 Mark III belts just to make it simpler. Have the output maybe be all together, but the inputs be separate. Well, it saves me belts if I don't do it that way. If I can pull directly to all these guys. I guess we'll find out. We can check. If it's not going to be able to handle all of it, we can change it. Okay. Robots finished their job here. Okay, and then it's time for the out-in dance, the dance of in and out. So, in. Oh, yes, it outputs 2 different items. Okay, yes. Alright, gotta change this up a little bit. I don't think it matters which one we do where, but... Am I in a blanket or a jacket? It's a Snuggie. Which is basically a blanket that is a jacket. It's like if a bathrobe, if a microfiber bathrobe was turned backwards, turned into a blanket. That's what a Snuggie is if you're not familiar. And it's super Super comfortable. And looks ridiculous. But I love it anyway. Got to love the snug. Got to love the snug, my friends. Gotta love it. And so this is going to be hydrogen. This might be a thing where I need to burn the excess hydrogen, but I think we're going to be needing to use the hydrogen too, so I don't know if I'll need to actually burn it. Guess I have a lot of unused accumulators now. Booty's going solar via the sphere. I checked that at the beginning of the stream, Mosaic, and it's actually weird. My accumulators aren't charging. And I think that's because, or at least they're not charging very fast. I think it's because we don't have excess power on that planet anymore. I feel like it's using all of the power. So they're not charging. It's a little confusing to me. But you weren't here to explain to me what was happening, so I was kind of like, maybe I'll figure it out later. All right, this is going to be out, in, out. Crap, I didn't specify. This is going to be a big old pain. So, graphene, hydrogen, hydrogen. Oh, I need to go one space up, don't I? Do. Oh, I can't do it this way unless I completely move everything. I have to move everything. Okay. These all need to be one space to my left. I always forget about that. Redo, redo, redo. Can't be lined up. Has to be one space off. There. So I have a lot of batteries, so I do have a lot of accumulators that just aren't being used because maybe it's because the Dyson sphere is supplying the power, so the accumulators don't need to charge. I don't know. I feel like there should be excess power that is going into the accumulators, but I don't quite understand why it's not. Okay, so this, I'll figure out. Okay, so hydrogen is this. This is hydrogen here. So I now have these wrong, I think. So we're just gonna redo this. Just because this guy's at the end. So at the end we have hydrogen out, this in, graphene out, and then that should be good for. Hydrogen out. Crap, this does not look right either. What am I doing wrong here? I think it might be out. Yeah, it's backwards. I need to do this backwards, actually. So, I actually have it this way, I think. The middle ones line up. Gotta remember how this works. The guy at the furthest end needs to be the furthest out. Yes. I just had these backwards maybe. Okay, so graphene out, hydrogen, that fire ice in, hydrogen out, graphene out, hydrogen in, whatever. There, as long as I'm doing the right. No, it's wrong. Hydrogen out. All right, that should be right. I don't even have to do this as perfectly because it's not the other machines that are as close together, but I just want to get this right. You're just chilling the stream, relaxing for the mind frick that awaits you tomorrow. The mind frick. What's gonna mind frick you tomorrow? Damn it! I was trying to get rid of the goddamn belt. Graphene out. Okay. Graphene out. Stuff in. Hydrogen out. Graphene out. This in. Hydrogen out. Coding. You have to do coding. I'm going to assume you're talking about FTL because that's usually what you're talking about when you're talking about that stuff. Okay, so graphene out. Graphene, this. Hydrogen. That's right. Graphene, this. Hydrogen. If the accumulator's not being discharged anywhere, they should back up the system, all being charged. Since you have ray receivers, you don't know what else would drain the accumulators. Yeah, you weren't here, so I'd have to go back and show you, but they weren't being charged, is what the problem was. I don't know why they weren't being charged, but they weren't actually being charged. Which to me makes me think that the place where they should be charged doesn't have excess power. So, it is on the planet where, you know, we're doing all our deuterium particle colliding and making the photon whatevers. So I almost think like we're using the power up as quickly as we're making it or something. That's my thought. This. Okay. Yeah, we're working on a big project now. We can take a look at that another time. It's not a huge deal anyway. Our power needs are basically being supplied by the our Dyson sphere there anyway, so. But I guess if we do fix that, we might have excess power we can send other places, possibly. Figure out what's going on there. Graphene. This. Graphene. This. And hydrogen. I gotta focus on making sure I'm getting this right. We have a gyrosphere being planned for unlimited power. That's right. Unlimited power! The gyrosphere is best sphere. Oh, I didn't tell... right before you came back to stream, I was going to say, when you come here, I need to let you know. I watched your link for the hexagons or the bestagons. Hexagons really are the bestagons. Speaking of hexagons, we got the graphene. They talked about the how graphite was in the form of a hexagon or whatever in that video. It's a pretty interesting little video. And somebody on YouTube actually said you should make some like little satellite hexagon patterns orbiting out on the outer edge of our gyrosphere, and I thought that would be cool. That would add a little bit more interest stuff we could do. So I might do a little bit of designing on this stream too. We'll see. There. Whoops. There and there. Oh, I think we're done. Okay. Hell yeah, Rando knows the way of hexagons being the bestagons. I know. I now know the way. This is the way. Can I place these in here? I can. All right. Okay, let's see if we did this right. I think, are they mixed up? No, I think they're right. I think I got it. Oh, nope, I saw one hydrogen here, so I've messed up at least one. Do I see any? I don't see any graphene here, but I am seeing a random hydrogen here, so. Alright. I did one hydrogen on the wrong thing. Alright, hydrogen. Oh, I think it's this one right here. Oh, that's not right. That's not the wrong one. Hydrogen should all be. It's graphene. I'm looking for hydrogen to be in the wrong place. Hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. Or I didn't do a filter on one of them. Hydrogen, hydrogen. That's all right. Hydrogen, hydrogen. Ah, here. Nope, that's right. What did I mess up? Did I miss a filter on one of the graphene ones? It's just doing both of them out there. Ah, here it is. Found it. Okay. So just this guy needs to be graphene. Alright, that should fix that. And is my fire ice getting all the way down? It looks like it is. Okay. I think that... wow, that's a crazy build right there. But holy crap, we were making graphene really fast with that. I guess the question will be, is am I going to use up the hydrogen fast enough so that it won't get backed up, so my graphene doesn't get backed up. Should I have an overflow for hydrogen? It probably is a good idea to have an overflow for hydrogen just to burn it off if it doesn't. If it gets backed up there. So let me set that up. Do I have any thermal power stations? No. Can I make any? I need stone and iron, and I don't have either of those, but I have them. Except for the stone, I have them up here. Did I not do any stone mining? I don't think I did. I actually think I need to get a little stone mining set up. Let's just get some of this. Where is some stone? Maybe I can just get a quick stone mine set up somewhere. I know I have lots of stone on this planet. Yeah, stone there and there. This is doing iron, silicon mat. Okay. Transportation, planetary. This will be stone. Do-ka-do-ka-do-do. Is this a new run or just different planet? Same run, different planet. This is, if you remember, Shogi, if you remember this screen that we've been working on for days, our Dyson GyroSphere, this is around a different star. This is a planet that's orbiting this star. So I'm beginning the process of all the production that's going to take to make that happen. Nelly, that's impressive. Thanks. We've been working on that design for like a week, so I might still add a little bit to it as well. Looks like an atom or it's supposed to be like a gyroscope. And that's kind of the design build behind it, is it? The idea of it being kind of a gyroscope type thing. So it's pretty purposefully complex looking to just look cool. Functionally, it's probably not even all that amazing, but it's gonna look awesome. And you know what? If we're gonna do anything, gotta make it look good. No, that's not what I want. I want it to be in this one right here. Can't just do good, you gotta look good. A wheel of space-time. That's what I'm calling it. The wheel of space-time. You thought it was a nucleus look? Gyroscope works as well. You meant atom? Yeah. That is a similar thing. I mean, an atom and a... You know, an atom and a gyroscope have... I mean, it's a central thing being surrounded by other circular things. It's the same basic idea. So... There. And then we go Mark III belt. There. 3 belt there. Alright, so now we got some stone available here, and I'm going to take some of you. Turn it into some hydrogen, some thermal power stations. Nice. So let's make like 10 of these. This will be any excess hydrogen we have, it'll burn it off. And we're going to make like 5 of those guys as well. Okay. Did I power that? And put things in there? I did. Okay. I should actually be seeing... No, I guess this over here, this should be if a stone comes from other planets, because I want it to local supply if I bring it in from somewhere else, yes. Huh. The titanium I have here is actually going out somewhere. Unless one of my other things must be taking that to use. Range gyroscope atom-like thing. Let's just call it the gyrotome. No, I like the Dyson GyroSphere. I like that term. I think that term's cool. My high school physics teacher lied to you. That is not how electrons move around. Okay. I'm sure it's me not understanding, not my physics teacher lying to me. Okay. Can't blame. My high school physics teacher's name was Mr. Tellier. I'd feel bad if Mr. Tellier would be shamed in such a way. Okay, storage. So I want, this is to prioritize there, and then overflow will go out, and then overflow will go to a bunch of thermal power stations after going through a storage thing here. This is just to make sure. I want there to always be graphene, and because we'll have hydrogen from other sources, so we don't ever want the hydrogen backing up to slow down our graphene production. That's the idea of what I'm doing right here. So just throw these power guys right here. And this is, we could make this something that could be expandable too, I think. Maybe do 2 rows of this. It's gonna be 10 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And a liquid storage should be being made right now, right? Yeah, there they go. Like that. Alright, so multiple places where we have backlog or backflow or whatever that would be called, excess storage. So this should burn off any excess hydrogen we happen to make from this build. And we should never, hopefully, have our hydrogen back up and slow down our graphene production, which we mathed out, and hopefully this will be enough graphene for what we're planning on doing here. So since we got the graphene going, what do we need the graphene for? That is used for the solar sails, along with some other things, along with some photon combiners. So we'll start by, let's start by getting the 20 solar sail production here. So let's get that set up, because what we just built should be a prerequisite to what this is going to be. Teaching is always a challenge of simplifying a topic to make it understandable while keeping as close to the truth as possible. Yeah. Sounds very profound. Oh, very profound. Let's do it on this line right here. It's going to be 20 solar sails. Oh, and it goes just right into the graphene. Perfect. Okay. Or graphene goes right into that, so. So if I'm doing 20, I want to do 2 rows of 10. And let me make sure that I get these offset correctly this time. So 1, 2, 3 over 1. So it's going to be there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can see, Ramses, how you would put this game on hold just because doing large builds where you're just kind of doing this over and over can get a little, probably tedious would be the right word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Being able to do this in ways that are streamlined with blueprints would be really nice for sure. Okay, I want the output to be here. This will be the output. And then we need 2 inputs. It's best. Actually, solar sails don't go directly into there. Solar sails are going to go into wherever these are going to be made. So let's actually have... Yeah, let's do it this way. Let me change the direction of this entire thing. Have the input and output be the same direction. So output will be this way. Input will be this way. I need more belts. Mark 3 belts. Let me request some. Okay. If I clear any of these, they're going to go all in my inventory, aren't they? Yes, they are. If I clear these guys, I will have 710 in my storage. They stack in stacks of 100. Okay. Can handle that. Here's the Mark 3 belt. Request about 1,000 at a time. Remote demand. I should start seeing those coming. Good. Okay. Alright, so this is going to be solar sails are going to be brought in. And we're going to need the 2 pieces we need, which are graphene. And I believe it is particle containers? No. It's photon combiners. Okay. Alright, those are both going to be demand, so I can go ahead and just do demand. I'll start bringing all the ones we've made already. There we go. This. Power. They're ready to plug in. You spend like 2 or 3 days of your gaming time setting up mining and smelting assembly lines. You have a rule. When a game starts to feel like work, it's time to walk away. It's a good rule. It's a good rule. The orbital model makes calculations for chemistry easy, and explaining probability fields for teleportation in high school will not help. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the orbital model of atoms, right? I think that's what you're talking about. And how that's not very accurate, I think. I think that's what you're referring to. Okay, so I think I can actually move all these over one space, can I? I believe I can. Yeah, I can do that there. Okay, let's do that. Let's be just slightly more efficient with space. The Bohr model, yeah. I guess that's like outdated now. I mean, well, was it outdated? Well, it probably was. I was in high school up until 1999, so I don't know if it probably was outdated then, but it's just in so many physics high school class books, textbooks or whatever, that it's just the the norm in a lot of books, I would guess. Okay, so let's get the in-sorters and out-sorters set up here. All right, so it's going to be... It's going to be like this, isn't it? So in, out, in. Is that backwards? Backwards again, I believe. Okay, so middle, that's going to help me figure this out. So it's going to be in, that should be right. Okay, so now that I got that one down, in, out, in, out, in, there we go. In, out, in, nope, in, out, in, out. And we're basically just going to be doing like this build like over and over and over for the foreseeable future with our builds. Out, in, but hopefully the final product will be worth all the work. And I'm getting better at this too, so getting faster. Still would be nice to be able to blueprint this kind of stuff though. Okay, so graphene be there. Those, which is gonna be the next thing I build, will be out there, and the output of that will be there. Perfect. And I had just enough guys, so I can now hopefully have belts here. Perfect. Take all of them. You look forward to someone playing Protoss in a StarCraft tournament arranged by Irie. Nice. Like signing autographed cards. What's that? Well, the thing we're working on or what? Okay, so let's see what we need to power here. Okay, that looks like all those are powered. And now I can see that I don't need this belt, this belt, this belt. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, so let me get this powered so that I can probably keep track of my power as we're building more and more complicated builds here. Power, generation capacity, wow. So much of our stuff is solar. You can see the day cycle here, the day-night cycle. All right. Just an analogy, you do the same thing all the time. Yeah, what are you comparing? Are you comparing what I'm doing here or the Irie thing? I don't know what that was in reference to, is what I don't. Fight. No. Okay, so that's that. That's the solar sails. We got the graphene. 15 photon combiners. That's the next build. What I was doing, but forget it. Okay, all right. Already forgot. So, all right. So it's gonna take optical grading crystals, which we are importing. I'm probably gonna have to find another source for those with how many we're gonna need. I think that's iron and copper for these guys. How many circuit boards do we need for this build? 19.2. Only 300 a minute for this. I'm gonna split these up because this is part of a different build. I don't want to combine these and do different things here, so I need 300 a minute. Wow, that's not very much at all. Okay, so I only need 3 circuit board producers for this. So 3 circuit board producers for 15 of those guys. 300 a minute. Yeah, I might have to go out looking for more optical grading crystals eventually. For now, this build, we should be able to do... I'm going to have to do some iron and copper smelting, though. So, where can I set this little section up? I don't want to cover up any sulfur oceans on this planet. Let me do this. It's going to be requested right there. We'll just do this on the other side over here, I think. Yeah. Similar to this thing, we'll do it like right over here. We have some extra copper here if we need it. So this is 15. 15, so let's do... Is that 8 and 7? Make that even. Okay, so that's going to be these guys. Yep. 1, 2, 3. There. We'll do 8. We'll do 8 here, 7 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll do 8 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and this is going to be... We need to do some mining. Let's do this on this side. Make it a little easier to have space. Okay. The final product is going to be this. So I just need to request the iron and the copper and smelt it to make those. Yes. Okay, so iron, copper. I'm probably not going to do one big smelting station. I think I'm just going to smelt it on site for how much I need. It's probably not the most efficient way to do it, but I feel like that's just the way I want to do it with how I'm doing this build. So, yeah, because we can do like small amounts of these. So 5 and 2.5. So we'll do like 6 iron, 3 copper smelters for this. 6 iron, 3 copper. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be not this recipe. It's going to be copper. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I'm going to hopefully build this all in such a way that it is easily expandable if I ever need to expand it. So that's the plan. That's going to be in, and that's going to be out. And then this guy is going to be the iron. There, and then out. There. And this is all for... Only 3 circuit board worth it. Man, that seems like that's going to be... You know what? I didn't multiply the smelting times 1.5, which I do need to do. So this is actually not quite right. Where's my calculator? So I need 5 times 1.5 is 7.5. So I need 8 iron smelters. So that's 6, 7, 8. And then copper is 2.5, so 2.5 times 1.5 equals 3.78, so I need 4 copper smelters. Go. You know what? I should have the output go back. Yes. The output go backwards. That'll be easier to make an expandable setup if I do it that way. Okay. All right, so it's going to be in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and in, out, out, in, out. Out, in, out. Okay. And this is, I need this to be a demand for, oops. Demand, demand. Very nice. Power pole set up here. There. Okay. And then this output is going to be up to where we're going to be building our 3 circuit board guys, which will go directly into these guys. So basically we'll just do that right up here. Quick and easy build. So they come up here. One. Circuit boards. 2, 3. Output be on this side, inputs be on this side. There. And right there. Okay, and then there will be an output over here. To supply these, I should have this output go above so that I can have this stuff come underneath that. So let's plan on doing it that way. There. And so that means the output of these should be good. Should be good. Go straight through, straight back into there. Just the crystals, and then the other output. Ah, I was like, I knew there was one other thing. Grading crystals. Damn, I need another interplanetary thing for that. Have to have open space? No. Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do an extra guy right here. No help for it. No help for it. But I want this to be expandable, like I said, so I'm gonna have this be as close to here as I can. I'm gonna change this placement a little bit. Let's go grading crystal. This demand. Don't I have this here? I thought I set this up here. Local supply, remote demand, so I have it here. If I'm demanding it, why aren't you getting it? Why aren't you getting it? You don't have robots? There we go. Ha! That would be important. Make sure all my other guys have robots. So now I should see these coming. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. And then I wanted to change this up. Yeah, no power as well. I will power it in a second, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was actually whatever I just fixed. That I forgot to actually put the robots in there. Must love robots. Must have robots. There we go. All right, so that should be the 3 different items being supplied once we plug all this in. Should be close to something I can plug in over here. Yeah, this guy over here. Okay. Alright, so those guys will be smelting. We'll just start these guys going, except that I haven't powered them. Really? And I haven't done the inputs and outputs. Let me do that real fast. And we'll finish that one. So this is in. Out. So am I going to try to speedrun Dyson Sphere? No. That is not on my list of projects to work towards, sadly. In, out, in. I'm very much enjoying Dyson Sphere, but I'm also enjoying that it's a relaxing thing and not something I'm stressed out trying to do something crazy like, you know, speed run the frickin' thing. Did I mess up somewhere? I feel like I messed up somewhere. Or did I? I'm not on a change of grid here, am I? No, we're in the middle of a grid that's all lined up, so this should be right. What did I mess up here? I feel like I messed something up here. That's right. I don't know why that looked like I did something funky. Maybe the output might have been misaligned. That's all good. I hear that sometimes robots are in disguise, so be kind to your kitchen's appliances. Robot thing, disguise, Transformers. When I was a kid, I didn't watch a lot of Transformers, but my favorite Transformers were the Dinobots. I had a little, I had a couple of the, I think it was my older brother had some of the Transformer toys, and I think my favorite was I think it was called Swoop. I think was the, like the pterodactyl dinosaur Transformer. I think Swoop was his name. And man, that was like one of my favorite toys as a kid. You're getting carpal tunnel from watching this detailed work. Alright, there we go. So that's going to do that, and it's going to start taking them to where they need to go over there. So that's good. Orson Welles, the best Transformer, Unicron. Yeah, the movie's so good. Oh, I missed one. Zutaloiv missed one. Alright, see if I missed anything else in any of these things. Okay, so these guys are going to transport over to here. That's going to get these guys. And hey, we're making solar sails now. Very cool. Okay. So that's one part of the project. All right. Ugh, man, I'm tired. Not from the stream, from my singing earlier, so. All right, is there any other small bit of this project I can get going? Because what I just got done was this bottom section here we just did. You know what? I did 15 of these. Oh yeah, I do need all those. Okay. So, one thing I'm thinking about is, you know, back home on my other planet, I did like my own, you know, separate processor build, electromagnetic turbine build. I feel like I don't want to do all that this time. I feel like I just want to focus on this build, and this is going to be the main thing we just have here, because this entire system is all about just creating this really crazy cool Dyson GyroSphere. So, what's the easiest thing that we could do next? Probably deuterium would be the next easiest thing to do. So 33.4 miniature particle colliders. Does this need to be times 1.5? I'm going to guess if we're doing 20 Deuteron fuel rods with assembly machines Mark III, I'm going to assume this is going to be times 1.5. The OG Transformer movie was the best. Orson Welles, Weird Al, Peter Cullen, Leonard Nimoy. Man, that was. Best soundtrack ever. Dare to be stupid, we could be stupid, alright. Alright, deuterium fuel rods. Let's start this build. I don't know. Maybe we'll have time to get this build at least going here. Let's see where I am on this planet right now. Where's the midpoint where my power is? Okay, it's over here. So, yeah, that's the end point. So I'm kind of working off of this direction. Maybe I'll go. We'll go like right here. The Deuteron fuel rods, miniature particle colliders. This is going to take so much power. You know what I might need to do? I might need to complete my solar panel around the globe build before I do too much more, because particle colliders take so much power. I have 8 on me. I believe I'm going to need 33.4 times 1.5. I believe I'm going to need 50 miniature particle colliders for this. And I don't know if we're going to have nearly enough hydrogen for all this, but let's request 50 miniature particle colliders. Holy crap, that's a lot. Okay. Can I clear out the belts to request 50 of those? They stack in stacks of 10, don't they? So I feel like I might need another stack here. Judd Nelson is Hot Rod. Robert Stack is Ultra Magnus. So many good things there. Yeah, you know, I think we're going to be going through optical grading crystal faster than we can ship it. So I'm going to have to, that's going to be an upgrade I'm going to have to make. I think I can actually clear and reset this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, miniature particle colliders. Need 50, so the smallest I can request is 100. Local remote demand. Great. Sure, I'm glad I automated those. Okay. Okay, this is going to be a crazy build. So, $50 miniature particle colliders. 50. Frickin' 50. All right, how are we going to line these up? 5 rows of 10. 2 rows of 25. What's the best way to do this? This is going to be huge, man. I think we could do 2 rows of 25, maybe. And this is deuterium, right? Is that what I'm doing here? Yeah. Yeah, that's all into deuterium. Okay. There's no way we're gonna have enough hydrogen for all this, so we're gonna have to figure out probably other sources of hydrogen, I'm guessing. That is a crazy frickin' frick ton of hydrogen. I'm gonna have them have their own separate input and output, I think. That's how long these rows are gonna be. 25, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, looks like we got lots of room because we're gonna frickin' need it. Alright, so it's gonna be hydrogen coming in. I almost feel like a Mark III belt might not be fast enough for this if I go 25. How much does this do a minute? Um, 10 hydrogen every 5 seconds. 10 hydrogen every 5 seconds times 25 would be 250 hydrogen every 5 seconds. 250 every 5 seconds. How fast do these belts go? $30 a second. 250 every 5 seconds. So 250 divided by 5 is... God. Math. Is 50, I think? So 50 a second. So I think 25 would be too many. I don't think I could do 25 in a single row. Oh, okay, math. So... why does it have to do in minutes and seconds? Why does this have to be in production in minutes and also in seconds? So 10... it needs 10 hydrogen a second. It needs 2 hydrogen a second, basically, right? 10 hydrogen every 5 seconds becomes 2 hydrogen a second. 2 hydrogen a second. 2 a second. This can do 30 a second. So 30 divided by 2 is 15. So I think I could do 15. I think I could do 15 of these in a single row. I believe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully my math is not wrong. I believe I can do a maximum of 15 for the speed that the belts can go. What's up, Jitterbug? Sexy beast. Me? You're talking about me? Let me throw a random storage chest here so I make sure I don't destroy any important stuff here. Okay, what do I have excess of here? I have excess of those guys, so... there. So now when I grab this stuff, I should be doing it this way. Clear. Nice. I think we didn't destroy any perfect amounts. Okay. So I need 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Didn't realize you were jumping into a math stream. You know, I'm all about education around here. Not really. It's just, you know, these automation games are often... they are often math games, honestly. So what did I say? It was 15 times 3 is 35. No, 15 times 3 is 45. So I'm going to do 3 of 15 and then 1 row of 5. Yes, but yes, a math stream. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I want to turn these a different direction? Nah. 7, 8. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, you know, on FTL, we often have counting streams with Rand, so, you know, it's basically the same thing. Basically the same thing. Right, so if I line this up, this will just be the 15 we need. God, I can't even imagine how much power this is going to take. I probably, before I plug all this in, I'm going to need to make sure I, actually, I'm going to do it right now. I probably am just going to need to get a ridiculous amount of solar panels, so I wonder how many solar panels will take to go around this entire planet to get the belt of solar panels. We're only about a third away around, and we have how many here? I don't know if there's a way to count them, so let's request solar panels 500 at a time. Demand. Okay. I know that these are power hungry. I do. I know. I know. And I knew my build that I was going to try to do was going to be ridiculously large. So yes, I know. I'm setting this up. I probably won't power it at first because it probably would shut down my entire planet. But I'm going to build the thing. But yes, I do know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not only are they power hungry, they're ridiculously hydrogen hungry. So there's no way I'm gonna have enough hydrogen or power for this. But I have the build at least going. A full belt of 3 wide solar panels is 999 solar panels. Oh, okay. And then 20 launchers. Again, launchers will build power for themselves. Right. These are eventually going to power themselves. Because they will be, you know, creating the Dyson GyroSphere. But yes, I do realize that what I'm doing is kind of on a ridiculous scale. Just kind of. I almost feel like... How much hydrogen is this going to go through a second, supposedly? 2,000 a minute. 2,000 a minute. Can I even supply all 3 rows of this with one guy? I feel like I should probably do... one of these for each of these guys, honestly. Hydrogen and deuterium. I feel like I might want to do it this way. And it's going to demand hydrogen. Hydrogen and deuterium. It's going to demand hydrogen. Okay. But yes, I do realize that what I'm doing is kind of ridiculous and over the top. But you know, hey, we actually... Wait, why is the hydrogen going over to here first? It's supposed to be prioritizing here. Maybe... Like, this should have filled up before any went over this side. Did I do this? Did I set this up wrong? Crap, is this going out? No, that's right. That's right, right? What direction are you going, belt? Should be going into there, right? It's hard to tell, these arrows sometimes. Okay, output priority. Input So this should be prioritizing going here before it feeds hydrogen into there. So I'm wondering why this should have been filled before that did anything. Oh well, I don't know. Okay. Alright, so we can set up belts for this. So hydrogen out. Being fed to all these frickin' guys right here. I did all the math on all this stuff, so hopefully I will have done the math correctly. Okay. So there. Yeah, I'm gonna do, because of just the amount of items this is gonna do, I'm gonna have a dedicated belt for each of these guys. Even though I could maybe combine the outputs for those guys, and I would use fewer belts. I'm just gonna do it this way because of just the sheer amount of stuff. Gonna be so. Let me let these guys finish their job. I'm gonna do all the belts first, then we'll do the insorters. Insorters and outsorters next. Okay, there we go. So there's that. So let's do the out belt here. Alright, so that'll be out. That'll feed to there, and this is going to need to be the hydrogen coming out this way. Make this mirror just because it looks cool. Like that. Very good. Okay. Okay, let's make sure these guys get all finished building. Now what's nice is we're getting all of this research done while we're working on all this crazy stuff, so there is progress being made. Probably the final thing I'll do today is this. I'll probably just set this up and then go home to look at how close our original Dyson sphere is to being completed, because it should actually be close to finished, if not done by now. It's probably not quite done, but it's probably getting close. But I'm purposely not going to power all this yet, because I think before I try to even consider powering this... Oh, come on. Oh, I messed that up. Okay. Before I even consider trying to power this, I need to actually get the solar panels that I requested, like, completely set up around this planet to see if we were even close to being able to fulfill the power requirements for a build that is this crazy. This is such a ridiculous amount of particle colliders. I wouldn't even be able to do this build if I hadn't automated the particle colliders at the end of last stream. Oh, this is crazy. I can't imagine manually creating all these particle colliders. This is insane. Yeah. Is there enough even hydrogen in the galaxy for all this? It probably is if I can figure out where to get it all. That's probably going to be the biggest challenge, is figuring out how to harvest this much hydrogen in this area. So what are the best places to get hydrogen? We're getting some from our gas giant. We're getting some from the fire ice. I might just need to do extra fire ice refining, maybe? Oops. Oil, yeah, you do get oil, hydrogen from oil as well. Do I need refined oil for anything else? Because we're not using refined oil for the sulfuric acid recipe. So I wonder if I am going to have to do some oil refining just to get a bunch of hydrogen, maybe. Have I played Factorio? Yes, absolutely. Factorio is a great game, and I recently finished a playthrough before getting into this of Factorio. Okay, so that's all those. Now I just need insorters everywhere, so let's go ahead and do these one row at a time here. This is not nearly enough sorters. Man, if I want to request more, I need to... Do I happen to just have those still requested? I don't. I feel like I need a separate one of these guys that can request stuff for me. Alright, let me, because I need more insorters, let me go dump all the solar panels into this chest I made. My god, that schematic you are opening sometimes is causing your brain to shut off. Too complex. Yeah, it's pretty, it is, that's why I'm taking it in sections, because if you just look at the entire thing, you're gonna just get overwhelmed. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Gotta take these things in sections here. Gotta keep it separated. Choo 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 choo. These guys are in stacks of 20. 600 divided by 20 is like 30. I don't think I have enough spaces quite for that. So what I'm gonna do is turn this on to remote supply. Take as many as I can take at a time. There. Can I get the rest of this? Yes, I can. Okay, good. And then we're going to clear. And I need to request the Mark III insorters. The smallest amount I can, although we'll go 200. There. No demand. Get 600 anyway, it's fine. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is make another chest. Or just throw in solar panels. There. Alright. And there we have solar panels available, ready to start setting those up. Those might actually be enough to finish our belt all around the entire planet if it's 999 with how many I've already done. What happens if your suit runs out of power? Game over? If you're in the middle of flying between stars, yeah, kind of is game over because you're basically stuck. However, as long as you're on the planet, you can get to something that can give you power. You can mine something to give your mech power. But yeah, it kind of is game over if you're out in the middle of nowhere and that happens. Yeah, this'll definitely be the last thing we do today. Will be this build, because this is a pretty crazy build. My brain's pretty fried, and we'll have a full stream on Sunday to work continue this the builds we're working on that we're starting today. Alright, that'll bug me. That little thing not be in the middle. But we will have made a good start to our giant build of preparing this solar systems Dyson GyroSphere construction. And if I've done it right, it might even get created faster than our original one did. It's like trying to turn a rack and pinion wheel, so much muscle. The mech has passive energy regeneration, but if you're somewhere in space, you could probably walk away for a few hours and get it recharged. Oh, does even the level 1 mech have passive generation? Okay. I didn't remember that. I thought I had to like get an upgrade or two before I had passive power generation. It's super minuscule. Yeah. Seems like this game needs blueprints kappa. No, it's not a kappa. That's a. It really does. It's probably the #1 thing holding back this game from being better for you know, late game, large scale builds. It's just the fact that you can't blueprint anything yet. Hopefully they'll do it in a way where I think they're working on implementing blueprints. I think they're working on that right now. Hopefully they'll do it in a way that you can copy things you've already made to a blueprint like Factorio does. 'Cause I think Factorio, if they do one thing really well, their blueprint system is pretty darn good, I gotta say. Let me get rid of the extra things we don't need. Save belts. Throw the random hydrogen in here that we have. There we go. Must have, or else you would end up soft locked in empty space. Well, you can save the game, so there is. You'd basically be like if you got killed in Dark Souls, you got to go back to your last save or something, which would be really annoying in a game like this, but. But yeah, there is a small passive power generation, like Ramses is saying. At least the copy-paste function, you know there's a third-party DLC that will do it for you, but no in a vanilla game. Blueprints would be hard because you're building on a curved surface, so blueprints would be very difficult. Yes, and we've had discussion previously, but from what I've heard, that is something that the devs had said they're working on, if I'm not mistaken. How did I miss up this? Those look more separated. Well, you know what? It's probably because of the grid, so I'm just not gonna let it bug me. Bug me. Don't bother me. Yeah, it looks like those I spaced out a little bit more. I don't know if I did it on purpose or if that... You know, that is gonna bug me. Let me fix it. I don't know how that happened. Actually, I think it is a grid problem. It is a grid problem. It won't let me place it there. I thought we were all on the same grid, but apparently it gets a little bit smaller here towards the end, so... Oh well, it's fine. So that was... I didn't mess it up, it's just a grid issue. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 50. Grand total of frickin' 50 miniature particle colliders. That'll be making enough deuterium to supply deuteron fuel rods for 10 of the launcher guys, whatever it's called, not deuterium. Where's hydrogen? Do I have hydrogen on me? I should have randomly got some, shouldn't I have? Yes, I did. 2 random hydrogen on me, okay. What I think I want to do is I want to plug these in, but not in such a way that it's actually attached to the power grid. I want to plug them in such a way such that I can plug it into the power grid once I have expanded my power grid. They said so in their last patch. No blueprints are coming soon, TM. Yeah, that's what I thought. Make a normal platform like the Terrans in StarCraft 1. Bringing a dragon along the east-west lines is how Unmod does it, but it does not work near the poles. Just be happy that they continue working on the game, because it's pretty solid already. Anything new is awesome. Oh, well, absolutely. But I mean, this is an early access game, so if they weren't still working on it, that's when you get into issues with early access games, when they're like, oh, we sold 1 million copies. All right, well, we don't have to do any more content anymore. But I am very happy they're still working on it, and I think they should if they want their early access to not be like some other early access games where, well, we got our paycheck. But the way that they've been supporting this game, and this is an early access game that doesn't feel like an early access game. So I feel like that's part of the reason why you say just be happy that they're still working on it, because this feels like an almost finished game pretty much anyway. Okay, that's good. All right. So those guys are all plugged in, so we could do this. And I try to not play too many early access games that are, you know, not in such a state where I would, you know, actually feel like they'd be worth playing if they weren't considered early access. Does that make sense? I don't know if my sentence made sense, but basically I try to steer away from too many early access games because I've gotten too engrossed and burned out on some early access games in the past. Okay, I still miss some of these guys in the middle, so you know what? I was all careful, and then I'm gonna just not be that careful to get all this plugged in. I should see red blinking lights, but not yellow blinking lights. Okay, and I think I have... yeah, these guys over here. Okay. Now, why is this unplugged? Great. So these towers are plugged in. These guys are not plugged in, and that is on purpose. I should see red, but not yellow blinking lights, because red means they're plugged in, but not on the grid. Because this is going to shut down my entire planet when I plug all this in. So this is done. I'm not going to turn this on until we have finished putting solar panels around this entire planet. Early access and drop like a turd. Space 9 by Double Fine. We'll never buy another game from that company again. Yeah. If you start doing this big builds, I wholeheartedly recommend the Tier 3 power towers. Just place 1 or 2 and you have the most buildings covered. Oh, is that these? They're just so big. But yeah, those are nice. What I might do next time I play is actually get these last 2 power towers that I don't have automated. Because I don't have wireless power towers or satellite substations automated. And I think I do want to automate those. Let me save my game, because I haven't done that at all today. We've done a lot of stuff. So, I think I am going to be done there. I'm going to go home before we finish. Because I want to see how close our original Dyson sphere is to being done. I didn't overload my power today with any of my builds, since I didn't plug in stuff. Is there hydrogen in here yet? No, I think these guys aren't working until graphene stuff we're making is used by anything else. But all the stuff we started working on is all for this right here. 10 small carrier rocket producers that should produce them at 100 a minute. Actually, maybe 150 since I'm using Mark III. But this is the end goal right here of all the stuff we've started. All the stuff we started today. All in order to work on this Dyson gyroscope, which I might do some extra pieces of random floating satellite hexagons or something next time we do a little bit of designing. But let's head back to our home planet, see how close our original Dyson spheres are being done, and then we will call this a day. We've already gotten a lot of, well, this does not look like a planet we just started working on, does it? It looks like a freaking industrial planet we've already done a lot of work to. It's pretty cool. But home is Gamma Booties. Let's head back to the Gamma Booties. Gamma Booties, best booties. What the heck? Or are you talking about what I just showed you? That, yeah, that's what the build we're working towards is. This design project we worked on all last week. There are 10 different layers of the shell. So far, 5 layers of the swarm. I might add more of that in too. But the point of that is to look like a really cool, complicated technological marvel that will just be insane and look awesome. That's the goal. So sexy sphere layout, you like it? That's the Rand Vinci Dyson GyroSphere. That's right. Sphere looks like a Picasso art, but in Dyson form. So the official title of that is the Wheel of Space-Time. The Wheel of Space-Time. But for short, we're just calling it the GyroSphere because it's like a gyroscope. You know, it's supposed to have like a gyroscope, Vitruvian Man, some kind of cool multiple rings at different diameters, radii, whatever, all orbiting around different directions. Gonna look frickin' sweet. Frickin' sweet when it's done. Where's Boo when you need a quote added? Alright, so let's go home. Let's see how close our just regular Dyson sphere is to being done here. So if you look at the bottom right of the screen right here, this is crazy to me. X, Y, Z. This has got to be like billions. Like, whatever the scale this is, that is insane. To see that number there, that was just seeing that kind of blew my mind a little bit there. To see the scale of this frickin' amazing, crazy game. It's amazing. It's frickin' amazing. Alright, so we're going for Gamma Booties 3 and 2. Oh my god. It's almost there, my friends. It is almost there. Let's take a quick orbit around this thing. This is our original one. Currently 13,000 solar sails. We only got a few small little sections. Next time we play 100%, this is gonna be completed. Frickin' sweet, man. Let's get a close up for anybody who's new to this game, who has not seen the scale and crazy awesomeness of this game. Let's get a little close up. I made basically the most basic generic sphere I could make with the grid that's provided in this game. So not anything super cool. That's why the next one that I designed is so kind of intricate and complex, because I want to do something different and cool and awesome. We can fly right through it, I believe. Yeah, so this is the wow, the inside of this thing. Imagine how hot it would be in here. Is it hotter than the sun itself when there's just all this reflected light? Probably not quite, but holy crap. Rip your eyes. Get burned eyeballs there. Alright, so let's go land back home and we'll call it a day. We got some good work done. The start of our new gyrosphere. There's Gamma Booties 3. There it is. So we will continue working more on that on Sunday, and we should have a full day of streaming Sunday. I don't think I have anything else scheduled to do on Sunday, so I should have a good 6 to 7 hours to work on that. This will be done probably the first third of the stream. That should be completely done. Looks like a giant globe, basically. Oh. Okay, good. Almost missed it. All right, before we leave, let's just go make sure nothing crazy is going on with any of our stuff. Looks like iron. Iron ore we could probably use some more of, but other than that, our what you call it looks good. What are you called? Bus system. Probably, yeah, we're all these guys making probably the particle colliders that I just took a crap ton of. Is that what's... Water pumps. What are you supplying? You are supplying these guys. I think this is all to make my particle colliders, isn't it? Yeah, because I took all those particle colliders and it's filling them up. That's what it was. Well, alrighty, my friends. I know this is a short stream, but I hope you all had a good time. We got some good stuff done. Again, we'll play some more on Sunday, like I said. We're just kind of tired because of really exhausting singing I had. That was worse than light mode on Discord. That is flying inside of a sun, inside of a Dyson sphere. Can you land on it? You can't land on the Dyson sphere itself. It's kind of considered like a, I don't know, an entity that you can go through. Fake entity. Because you're building it, it doesn't have a solid surface. I don't know if they'll eventually change that. I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of hard to make happen. Land on the sun Kappa. I actually did see if I could fly into the sun on one of the early streams. You can't. It's kind of like when you fly to the gas giant. You just kind of fly over it. But I am going to call it there. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, y'all are amazing. Hope y'all are having a great time. And tomorrow we'll play some FT... no, not FTL tomorrow. We're playing a new game tomorrow. We're going to play some Loop Hero for the first time. So that should be fun if you all want to come hang out, see a new game. But we will continue this playthrough on Sunday. And maybe even start throwing in our first pieces into our Dyson GyroSphere in Vildior, or whatever the new star system is called. So, again, my friends, you all are amazing. If there is anybody new, if you had a good time, I hope you hit the follow. Come join us again. And as always, I just have to say thank you for all the support. Bits, follow, subs, gifted subs, lurking, watching the streams, being awesome, being you, and being here. So I will see you all next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Peace out. Happy gaming. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. Y'all rock. Have a great night, my friends. Later, all. We've played our games and we lost some too. We've raged a bit, but we fought right through. At the end of the day, we have learned something new. Grow, my trolley friends, grow. Hey ho, the streaming is done. We've dumble-dozed and we've had some fun. The day's gone and the streaming is done. Let's take our salt and go. If you thought you could play much better than me, then play yourself. You'll feel better, you'll see. No matter now, we've made our peace. Let's go, my trolley friends, go. Hey ho, the streaming is done. We've dumble-dozed and we've had some fun. The day's gone and the streaming is done. Let's take our salt and go. Hey ho, the streaming is done. We've dumble-dozed and we've had some fun. The day's gone and the streaming is done. Let's take our salt and eat our cookies. Take our cookies home.